Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Please Find Attached.
You know, when you said exciting episode, I was like, what makes
Is
it
it,
exciting?
is it an
Are you sure
episode
it's
of
going to be?
Friends? Because we're dealing with a very important topic
Yeah.
that people have experienced. So, you want to bring us
But
to,
how do you know it's going to be exciting?
because I've suffered personally in the hands of the topic. I don't know if you have. So I have a lot of testimonies to share on this topic.
So we're talking what? Sales. Whether
Sales.
it's doom or gloom or opportunity,
Opportunity, yeah.
right?
And different phases of sales.
and
Whether it's business development or sales, or as they like to call it now, partnerships.
okay, so business development, sales,
Mhm.
partnerships, account management.
Account management.
Let me tell you the one that annoys me.
Which one?
Marketing. Where
It insults you. It's your own job.
it insults me. So you see, some people are going out doing the
Right.
sales call. We're going marketing. Bro,
Monetary marketing.
it annoys
It is
me.
actually some very supposedly big financial institution that started that.
It's not.
I don't want to say bank.
Banks.
You don't say you go to branch when this person
Bro, it
I didn't tell him to market.
annoys me as a marketing professional.
Yeah.
As in, whenever I hear that, I'm like,
But how is sales different from marketing? Let's
very,
do that.
very different.
quickly.
So fundamentally, and this is going, marketing is about creating demand. So
Okay.
when you think about the 4 Ps, product, price, place,
Okay.
and packaging.
I was going to say politics.
God.
That starts with P.
So marketing is around creating that demand.
Okay.
Sales is about fulfilling it, closing the deal.
I beg to differ because some sales, some of the sales I did, you also create demand in a way.
Yeah. So
Account management.
in reality,
Mhm.
you can't really. While we have, the world has evolved,
Mhm.
and you can now say marketing is a different department, sales is a department, but they work close together.
Closely.
So elements of what salespeople do is marketing actually,
Mhm.
and depending on the industry, depending on the institution or organization, the marketing person is doing sales.
Marketing. Okay.
In some institutions, in some companies, is one department.
Sales and
marketing
marketing.
and sales.
Usually FMCGs, I think.
FMCGs is actually quite marketing. Marketing is quite big in
yes.
FMCG.
But they now close deals.
So what they have partnership. Depends.
I have partnerships. I remember when I first it. Because that's the new euphemism for sales.
So in FMCG, their own sales is more around distribution,
Mhm.
the partnerships,
Yeah, channels.
your channels. So that's the sales element of in FMCG. So that's really the difference.
So let's come back to sales now.
Yeah.
Sales as we know it as Nigerians. Why are people so if you
Is it
talk
just
to
Nigerians?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's just like if you
Well,
talk to the average, have you ever received a CV from a nephew that will say, send you a CV, I say, I don't want bank work, I can't do target.
Yeah, a lot of people.
So there is a stigma
Yeah.
around sales. So why is there a stigma around sales?
I think we can blame the banks again.
Hey.
Yeah, we can blame the
It's
banks.
not only banks now, but let's for the sake of argument.
The industry that made sales from a Nigerian perspective within the last 30 years, the industry that made sales unattractive is banks. Because especially in the late 90s, early 2000s, there was such a lot of pressure on their sales team that became infamous.
Yes.
You understand? So sales has always been there.
And it went as bad as, before the banks were consolidated, when we had maybe 50 banks, they will all go and market somebody. One person will have like 30 bank accounts just because your neighbor is one, your nephew is a one. your church member is in one, and you're just opening and everybody, they are begging you and begging you.
It was.
So I think that's where the infamy came from.
Yeah.
But for me that has done sales and business development,
Partnership.
I also think, I've been in cutthroat sales teams or organizations where it was do or die. And you can understand why some people don't want to hear the word sales. Some people, everybody reacts to trauma differently. Me, I was like, as long as you're paying my money, no problem. You Yoruba have a proverb, Ebo Somoyo. We've been called names in sales meetings. And like you said, it has happened in financial institutions where they do NPR. That if you don't meet your target, they will abuse your entire lineage. So you can imagine, from my own experience, I was lucky. So I started my first boss. Let me tell you a story how I even decided I wanted to go into sales.
Because you're a tech guy in the beginning.
I started as a tech guy. Then I just found out that, man, how am I just sitting in the office? You just see all these guys wearing suits, entering all the official cars, going for meetings, blah, 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 blah. Then my first boss, then one day he just said I should tag along for one meeting. And then I'm in this boardroom. And at that time, one of the most popular bank CEOs just stepped into the boardroom. I felt like royalty. I felt like, when did I just start working that I'm already in the same room with this woman? I must do sales. As we go back to the office that day, I just started disturbing him. I want to do sales. I didn't even know.
So you begged to be in sales.
Believe it or not.
Interesting.
Believe it or not. I begged. And the tech I was doing, I was so good at it. I remember my boss called me and said, why are we fixing something that is not broken? This thing that you are doing is giving me peace of mind. Why must you do sales? I said, I just want to do sales. Well, believe me, within a year, I started feeling the heat. Like, I literally started feeling the heat.
So what has been the most rewarding part of the whole being a sales professional? And what has been the most depressing experience for you?
In terms of rewarding, I don't think
money.
Forget money.
Really?
Yeah. When you are a salesperson in an organization, everybody will know you. It comes with the territory. You are the one sometimes you'll be in a meeting, no matter how junior you are, and maybe the MD is angry and he's just saying, look at the sales team. And he just wants to call one or two names. Like, example, have you met Sean? Everybody just knows you. And then they also know you guys as the troublesome people in the office. So you go and close a deal, you've sold, you've done, then one tech guy is telling you rubbish. You will report to like 50 people. What's going on here? One of the big unicorn fintechs today, the founder was like the tech guy working with me on a tech solution. I won't mention the solution because people will code. He was the tech guy. And I remember I went one day to this big shop at Palms. Besides,
right.
The other one, the game. And this thing was down. It was a serious issue for me then. I just went back. I was just paranoid for this guy. There was another guy in my team too that was supposed to be tech. Me, I was sales. Both of us were shouting at him, blah, blah, blah. So you can imagine everybody will know you as troublemakers. That's one. Secondly is, I don't know if this has been proven yet. There's this idea that salespeople rise faster.
Oh, yes.
If you have an organization.
It's true.
It's true. You want that guy to tell you in charge because it's money now.
Because fundamentally, an organization is there to sell.
Exactly.
Fundamentally. So many of depending on the DNA of the company, many of them prefer salespeople leading.
Or CMOs.
Depending on the industry. So that's depressing.
So depressing is like now I'm treating BP. So see, because how I put it, sometimes you just be at home watching TV. You just remember that what am I doing? You just all this, you start a list of 10 people that I need to call tomorrow. I need to call this person. I need to call this person. Let me go and break this guy. So that's the, like, it just gets you suddenly scared. Then sometimes,
So you're always on the edge. Always.
like, you're always thinking, which now connects to one of our episodes on networking.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot from you to meet somebody that you can sell to and now try to be normal and just network. When you are like only 30% of your target.
You know what? Just talking, I can see the boy I talked about.
Yeah.
I was being too salesy.
So what do you want him to do?
I can see his face right now. So I empathize with him more in retrospect. As we're talking, one nagging question that has been coming to my head, and people often ask me that I consult for: how do you motivate a sales team? So
question.
how do you motivate? First of all, how do you structure a sales team? How do you motivate a sales team?
So first of all, the structure also depends on the sector.
Yeah.
You know, like you said. So in some organizations, you need account managers. Some you need BDM. Some you actually need sales guys to hit the streets. So like, there are some tech companies, they make it clear. Insurance too. But like some tech companies, you see technology sales rep. It's clear. That's your job. For me, motivation is a tough question because I want to say an understanding boss, but that boss is also under pressure sometimes. So motivation for me, it starts with your line manager.
Sorry to cut in. And this is, I think, is very important because literally this is a question that was asked probably a week or two ago. As in, when I say motivation, remuneration. So someone, and it's not just one. It's come up again and again. So often you hear that the salespeople they earn like a basic pay
and then commissions.
How does that work? And in terms of structure, then you can now add motivation to it to get them working. Okay,
so I mean, different organizations have their structures. Some is clear. Some is a percentage of the company's profit on that deal you closed. So that's pretty straightforward. So if I do a deal 1 million naira, company's profit is 100,000. The company can say 5% of that profit is your commission. If you're lucky and you're in a high volume business in dollars, you can imagine, as I've been once, so that was some companies. There's one that I worked, it was complicated. If I say today that I understood how they calculated the commissions, I'm lying. I just know that whenever I came, it was healthy as well. But I didn't really know the nitty gritty. The one that I know is this one that I told you. That one was straightforward. So when you close the deal, and they pay quarterly, when you close the deal by yourself, you already know how much you are earning.
So 5% of the profit.
Or 4%. Okay. Then at a point, again, motivation. It's good I asked for motivation. At a point, they felt like people were not closing enough deals, so they doubled it to 8%.
Ooh.
And one deal that I had been nursing quietly, maybe they just said 8% on in January, February, the deal I just collected. I mean, it was fantastic. But beyond that, beyond the monetary aspect, I'll tell you something for free. As a salesman, the companies where I've worked and I've closed my biggest deals or my best deals, I had a fantastic line manager who understood sales. So it's for salesmen, ask anybody. Your line manager has to do carrot and stick approach. Some days he will pet you, he will say, I like, you are doing this and that. Some days he will change it for you. What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. One of my favorite bosses, sometimes you just enter the office. What are you doing in the office? You're a salesman. Why are you in the office? Go to your client side. Go to the, you para for you. When he sees that, okay, this guy's running around. Another day, you just go and say, sit down now, let's drink whiskey. We'll do whiskey for you or coffee. You guys, you will gist for the whole day. He has used that day to like calm you down, show you I'm your friend, but things are next week again. He can change it for you again. So it worked for me. But one thing I always tell salespeople, and why I developed a thick skin. 50% of sales is selling. Another 50% is turning up. In my opinion, no, I'm not like a scholar. I'm not a scholar.
Explain the turning up.
Okay. My successes in my targets, I would say were based on two things: preparedness and relationship with my manager. Again, it's like I'm saying, but what I mean by that is that sometimes I've done, maybe my target is $500,000. I've done 150 or 200. I'm looking, where will I see 300K? You know that there are sometimes you'll be in the office and that deal will drop in your lap. It is how you manage or engage and convert it into a closed deal. So
I get you.
as much as everybody wants to say attitude, as much as everyone will say, I'm a salesman, I sabi sell, Baba, ask any salesman, there are those deals that just fall in your lap. You didn't do nothing. There are also those deals that somebody spoke to your boss at a party and your boss just gave you a number and say, call this person. And once you close that deal, and you just behave yourself and the deal will close. So me, I feel like the way you interact with people, the way you talk to people, when they call to inquire, you talk to them nicely. Can I come and see you, sir? This is that. If I see you, it might be easier for me to explain. You know, you are not aggressive. They respect you that this guy is a professional. You are desperate, so you know, but there's a way you just manage the deal till it closes.
Do you know something that's always fascinated me about salespeople? And this is sales versus marketing. Compared to marketing people, marketing people were very in touch with our emotions.
Yeah.
We love our work. We love our brand.
Zodiac signs and all that.
We love everything. You salespeople, no emotions. You see, you receive a lot of no's, a lot of like,
oh yeah,
and you move on. For us,
how do you receive no's, if I may ask? Where is the
when someone criticizes your ad or criticize it? No, I'm telling you.
It will now make you what?
So marketing people tend to, you take the feedback, but compared to salespeople who get a lot of no's before the yes, because we take so much love into our creatives, so much love goes into our campaigns, so much love, especially if you are in a real creative environment. It's very hard to get take that.
If you cannot take no, you should not be in sales. If you cannot take no, one of my favorite bosses used to say, sales is like that. You do sales every day.
Yeah,
you do sales every day. If you want to talk to your wife now and pet her, to go to the other room, you are pitching her.
Yeah. You are getting a job. You are selling yourself.
Yeah, that one is even more of it. But little things, you are talking to your dad. You want to use his car. You are justifying why you should use his car. So if you can do all those little things, transfer it to your work.
So I think why people, and we started with the fear, the gloom or the doom, is just that pressure. I think it's really pressure. The pressure and the target.
It's the target really pressure. If like I have a friend, he writes fantastically well, and I was like, sign up with maybe one one blog or one editorial, blah 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 blah, to start writing. The day he signed up, nothing came out. Like it was like I write normally now. Why is it that the day somebody now gave me a target, like you must churn out 3 articles?
Pressure.
He just put his brain was blank. So that pressure, but after a while, honestly, you develop a thick skin. Like my guy used to say as well, every no, it can turn to yes. It also depends on the industry. When I was in IT, I was managing financial institutions. So I was supposed to visit all my accounts every week. That's part of the pressure, to be honest, is a lot. So let's say there were 25 banks, 5 days in a week. Essentially, I was supposed to go to 5 banks a day. Mind you, it is not all those banks that had business. Out of those 25 banks, maybe the ones that we had active deals or bids were 3. So the other 22, I was just going there to play with them and just laugh and just, you are like a politician. You just say that everybody, you greet everybody in the IT department, play with them, they will know you. Somebody's son is doing birthday. Okay, I bought this thing for your son, blah, blah, blah. In fact, quick side joke. So there was this person in one bank that was in charge of procurement. I was now doing politician. So I now went to one bakery near on one street. I bought her one nice cake. and took it to her. The week after, everybody on that floor said, "What did you put in that cake?" When they are next to cake, I swear I didn't know. Is that, her name, let me say her name is Tola. He said, something that I really taste. I don't know if you know the place was in my office. If you ask everybody, these people, they so beautiful. But they laughed about it and everything because it was one of my. But it just shows you that they were stressed as bankers. If it was relaxing for them.
So is this? So there's something I don't know whether it's a myth.
It feels like an interview. You're just interviewing
You're the
me
sales guy.
based on don't you have experience?
I have some experience.
You've not sold before, have
I
you?
have now.
Yeah.
When I was leading WeChat,
Okay.
a lot of my work was sales, partnerships,
Partnership.
business development. That was my work. So, but it was a mix of business development, so a mix of product development, you know, and a mix of marketing. So but being like your regular natural salesperson, I've never really done
Meanwhile,
that.
I've done marketing before, and it was like one of the best periods of my life.
Right?
I loved it.
Amazing.
And I wasn't in your own side. I was events.
I've done all of that.
What's it called? Newspaper editorials,
PR,
photo ops, PR.
I've done
marketing collateral. I was doing everything, and this was before NYSC, and I was so good at it. I was so good at it. They gave me a car to use.
Really?
Because I could walk.
What organization was that?
I'm not going to mention their name. I could walk till 10 p.m. at an event center.
Sorry, this car. Wait. This car, was it take?
You're working late. This week, this guy is doing this. Okay, be using this car. And it was a new accent then. Fresh band. I didn't even serve. This was before NYSC.
So there was
and I loved. Guess what? When I left that place to my new job, they were still telling me that I should come and be doing, and they were paying me.
Oh, PP.
Yeah. I was going to set up for them events. I was the only one that knew how to operate the banner, all the types of banners that they had. Then Christmas, they used to go to the warehouse to wrap presents for 25 bank EDs. Multiply average EDs, man. I think 5 times 100 and something gifts. I digress. Anyway.
I was going to ask a question.
Yeah.
Back to sales. Now, remember you were talking about visiting clients, blah, blah, blah. I've heard stories that instead of going to visit clients, sometimes the salespeople, maybe they'll go home, maybe they'll just go and chill somewhere. And because everybody's driving them away from the office.
Yes.
Like that your boss. Because I can remember one of my good friends, he used to lead sales when I was in logistics. I'm sure you know him. And the guys will be around. You say, get out of the office. What are you doing in the office? Go and meet your clients. Go out and sell. But we knew for a fact that sometimes they won't even have anywhere to go. These boys, they'll go home. They'll just go somewhere and chill.
Yes.
How often do you think that
Or
happens?
is it even true? I don't think it's true. Are you asking me or...
I'm asking you to validate that.
I plead the fifth as I may incriminate myself. I mean, I don't say it on all those law movies. I plead my fifth amendment rights as it may be self-incriminating.
So I'll take it as yes.
But how can somebody come and be telling you go out every day? Where do you want to go? Look at like those days I was telling you I had to go to 25 banks. Some days I could do 7 banks because Marina, come on. So some days I'll do 7, another day I'll do 8. The rest of the week, where will I go again? Will I go back to those banks? Baba, and they're giving you car. Yeah. Now,
let's move. So we've talked a lot about the gloom, the doom, and the fear.
Yeah.
Now let's talk more about the opportunity in sales.
I thought we talked about the
opportunity. Well, you keep talking about it. I know we've mentioned that
opportunity. So, you know, one of the things they always say nowadays, especially every motivational aspire to perspire speaker, is to put yourself out there. You know, be visible in the organization. Sales does that for you easily. Sales will make you visible. And like I said, unless you are very, very, very bad, there are those deals that will drop in your lap one or two of them will be big that they will have to talk about your deal and talk about you. You get, I remember, I'm not saying that I'm a bad salesman, but I worked somewhere where, with a combination of luck, hard work, existing work, my first quarter as a salesman there, I did 135% of my targets. They had to send a company-wide email. My guy sent me a copy, MD, sent it to me, sent it to everybody. Thank God. Did I do 135 after that? I don't think so. But I just managed to stay like 95, 90. But that 135, it happened in my first quarter. So it's just about you trying your best. And there's this saying that they don't reward effort. I don't think that's true. Yes, they want to see results, but imagine there are two salesmen. One is showing effort, one is not showing effort. Of course, your boss is inclined to show favoritism to the one that is even putting in the effort, even though both of you come with zero. But somebody is trying. In fact, somewhere I worked, the solution that we were selling supposedly had K-leg. We are told our guy, we had even managed to tell the MD, the MD told us, I like him. He didn't pretend. He says, see, you see all these boxes on your corridor. We have paid for it. You people will sell it. You will sell it. So I don't care. It's good. It's not good. You will sell it. So my guy sat down. Well, we have to sell this thing. You know that in my first real year, I said it at every interview I've attended. I walked the length and breadth of Awolowo Road in Ikoyi because it was for like supermarkets and boutiques. I walked the length of Awolowo Road back and forth. And I was just entering shops and begging people to buy it. As crazy as it sounds, maybe like four
Really?
sales. I mean, the number of shops on Awolowo Road is maybe about 500 or so, but 4 was a big deal compared to nothing. And one of them is my friend till today, some 15 years later. But, even when my Oga heard that she was walking on Awolowo Road in the sun, they said the driver, where was the driver? He said, I told the driver to park at Falomo.
Yeah, you can't.
Like,
Yes.
my Oga pitied me, went back to the end with, let's find something to do about this. This thing is, I say, okay, they work on it. But guess what? It was that same effort. Talking to banks, help us now. We're talking to bank, help us select. One of the bankers gave us the idea that now changed everything. I just said, let's go into this sector. Everything.
So, for young people, just about starting, or for anyone who was like you that wanted to go into sales, what are I'm going to ask a two-part question. First, what are the three skills you need to be successful in sales?
I think you have to be a likable person. You can't, that's the foundation. You can't be like an arrogant, stuck up, and then you want to do sales because people will tell you rubbish, people will try you. You can't be, your focus must be your target. So you must always, not always, but you must try your best to be patient and likable, networking again. Try to actually genuinely know the customer. It's beyond the deals and all. Some of my clients from 15 years ago, we still chat because we now formed friendships beyond. That's one. 2 is thick skin. You must have a thick skin. If it's every time they say no, that you just say, I can't do this thing, or this solution is bad, then the sales is not for you. Because you need to be able to. So I always say one of the banks has used police to carry me out of their procurement office before because I was going there repeatedly to beg for deal. I was disturbing them. Please now. My Oga didn't believe it. How did you get to that situation that they're calling security to escort you out?
Are you serious?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was good. When they were telling the story in the office, I was like, yes, it shows that you worked hard. But anyway, so I had spoken to the woman and I left. Then on my way to work, that jolt of, what am I going to say at Monday meeting? Anyway, I remember I was driving out of Sakatinobu, busting onto Ake Adeshola. I just said, I'm going to start doing Shalaye. And I went back. I just left her office. I said, ma, please, can you just give me an idea? Just, this is harassment. Just consequently, get this person. She's my party now and everything. But again, it has to do with thick skin. Like, all that carrying my, it did not matter to me. Oh. When they called my MD that one of your boys came here, they had to carry him out. My MD said, well done. He said, well done. They are feeling the pressure. So you have to have it. And thirdly, which is quite contradictory to the thick skin, is, and this may not be account management, this is like sales, know when to move on. Fail fast. What's that?
Yeah, fail for fail. So some will say fail fast, some will say fail forward.
Fail forward. So you chase a deal, there's no road there. It's okay to dump it and move to the next one. Like, there's something they say about conversion rates. So me, normally, I always try to have, that was after when I was not doing the bank thing, when I was doing like general customer, I always try to have maybe like 30 solid people that I'm chasing. And I always say, at all. 5 will, I will get you to like 5. But if out of those 30, one person starts to misbehave, I drop him, I replace him immediately. So I still have that my conflict. Yes. And then I'm a big believer in Pareto. Pareto principle.
80-20.
Yeah. Everybody you are chasing, they're not the ones that are going to give you your this thing. Identify the ones that can really give you. So when I was in philanthropy, doing fundraising, I used to say there were 3 things I used to look out for. The first thing was people that actually can afford the capacity, like can afford, the donation, that have the capacity. People that understand the landscape of philanthropy, and then the person in charge of their finances understands the need for philanthropy. So if I find an organization that ticks those 3 boxes, I used to go in stronger. This one, unless God say you will not give me, that's where you will not give me. So there's a methodical approach to it in different sectors. So you need to understand where you are and then learn from your peers. You can't just come in because I was a top salesman in Unilever. Then you enter IT and you think that you will shine. Baba, you calm down. They will disgrace you. Learn from the people you met there. I remember, God, I have so many stories. Like I feel like an old man.
You've been in the game. Wow. We have to wrap up. I think if anything, I would take it. And to be honest, it sounded like an interview today.
It was an interview.
I learned a lot from you. So thank you.
Thank you. To sales?
Bro, we're in sales together already. No, but like we said,
emotional sales.
No, but one of the things I would say is that, and we said it earlier, in everything we do, we sell.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, even though, yes, my role officially is marketing, every single day in the office, I'm selling something, because you have to sell an idea, you have to sell a campaign, you have to sell a proposition, even internally, before you get the approvals to go out. I think the only difference is that, they're not expecting targets, go and bring a customer. Yeah. Even though we have our own targets or our own KPIs. But I think if there's one thing you will say
to wrap up,
what would it be?
It's just, don't be afraid of sales. Like, it sounds different because yes, I've been in it now. It's like I didn't have a choice, but there's really nothing to be afraid of. Like, I feel like it helps you challenge yourself. Do it afraid. I'm starting to sound like aspired, but do it.
Whenever you laugh at those people, I always smile at you because
I'm doing it.
At the end of the day, you have to motivate somebody.
Yeah, but so do it afraid. Guess what? Just a small story. My wife was in a bank where she had to do sales. Supposedly do sales, but the favor from her boss was so, like, her boss helped her a lot to actually meet targets and all. So, but it was because she agreed that, okay, I will do this thing. So that's why I always tell people, do it, enter it. I don't want to sound spiritual. Because those aspire to prosper people. God will not shame you. As you are a nice person. I'm sound like a pastor. But you see somebody that will help you in this sales work. So that's my.
I know what that's called. Serendipity.
What's the meaning of that?
It means
That's a big word.
It is. It means good luck
Finding
following
you.
Good luck finding you. Good luck finding your following you through your actions.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
And I think with that we'll
Aspire
end.
to perspire.
We'll end it.
Desire you admire.
We'll see you guys next time.
All right. Bye.
Cheers.